My name is Charles Roth. I'm the principal of UCS. We're a construction company based on the island of Manhattan that focuses in interiors and multifamily concrete dwellings. I've done two personal projects with iQuarters, and that's what I'm here to mainly talk to you about today. One was a Scandinavian modern themed mountain house, right, in Hudson Valley. Unobstructed views, south facing, a lot of light. And the objective was to integrate that technology with the natural elements that we are immediately surrounded by. So for example, the home is on about 10 acres with an unobstructed view of a mountain, and how to manage the solar load that's coming in through all those glass, how to picture frame it when it's the ideal time of day, the color of the light in the home in relation to the abundance of natural light that you're exposed to throughout the day, right? And then also just general conveniences of owning a home. A different type of project that we worked on together also is my Manhattan office, which we're sitting in now. In Manhattan, you often actually find yourself constrained for light, right? So our office, for example, is ground level, and I'll spend several hours in here working on administrative documents or blueprints or anything under the sun that's not done in the field. It's after experiencing this service upstate, I got accustomed to it, and I realized how important it is to integrate lighting. Is not a want. Lighting is a need. The intelligent systems that iQuarters installed for me are lighting, shading, security, TV, audio, and general home automation, i.e. door locking, garage door opening. Someone rings the doorbell. I see on the camera, right? Okay, they're home. Let me open the shades for them. Let me turn the lighting for them. Let me open the garage for them. They've left. Let me now turn off the lighting for them. Oh, it's a little warm for them. They're going to be working there for several hours cleaning. Let me cool the apartment for them. And then when they leave, I'll turn it back up. All these automated processes, which people can interpret as intimidating to manage, are consolidated into one platform that is very easy to understand how to use, and really just makes a home more pleasant to occupy and more efficient to manage. There's different color temperatures that you're exposed to naturally over the course of the day, starting super white in the morning in the 5000s, and in the evenings you end up in these ambers in the 2700s to 2500s. And your body associates these color temperatures with certain times of the day, so it actually helps balance your circadian rhythm. Being exposed to the correct color temperature over the course of the day is actually very healthy and very productive. It also helps you keep track of the day. So if it starts to get too late and the colors start to wind down and you're staring at a white screen, it does kind of naturally help you regulate and transition into out of work mode and ultimately into bed mode. It's been immensely helpful in the presentation of space for me and the quality of life and the quality of life that I have at work. When I find myself entertaining, I often overlook the conveniences, but when people see me navigating the house, or if I'm opening shades or adjusting our lighting based on the time of the day or turning on the music, they're like, oh, that's really cool. How are you doing that all from your phone? And it segues into the explanation of smart home integration and my interest in it and my offering to it. And it's second nature to me, so unfortunately I take it for granted because I'm so used to it at this point, but I don't know what I would do without it. And I think seeing it in the wild is a deciding factor that encourages a lot of people to do it. So my first experience working with iQuarters was in a personal project. My first interaction was with Michael Brander, and he was pleasant and well-versed in his technologies. And, you know, after a brief consultation call, I felt very comfortable with moving forward. Michael's presentation of information was very coherent. It was very palatable because even to an educated consumer, which I consider myself, this is a new technology, and you need to present that information in a certain way for it to be understood, which he did very well, which is now I'm sitting here as what was a student and is now, in the early stages of being a teacher of the product and an advocate for the product, appreciating its integration, and then the service associated with the integration after, which is so important to me. It's in the event that you have a question. Their accessibility is fantastic, and that's one of the most important things that's often overlooked. It's not just the initial dialogue, right? It's not just the sale, it's the execution, and then it's post-construction service, which is something that's extremely important in a technology-driven space, because something updates, something's out of sync, right? This is the nature of these products. And what I like is that they are a certified vendor of Lutron. I've identified that Lutron is a very, very good product, and that the installation and application of that stuff facilitated by iQuarters makes it even better because of the post-construction service that they provide. They have a dedicated service line, which is accessible 24 hours. And if you don't get immediate response, you do get within usually that 1 to 2 hour response, which is very challenging to offer consistently from a service perspective. And that's the most important thing for me being a general contractor, is that one of my subcontractors being able to service my client. From conception to execution to post-construction service, they close the loop beautifully, and that's why I'm sitting in this chair talking to you about them. After a successful series of personal projects, iQuarters has become a preferred vendor for me, servicing my clients primarily in Manhattan. Never really looked back in a personal and professional capacity. They do all of my work, and we've had great success and appreciation in integrating their products into our jobs. Their transition from colleagues to friends at this point. I find myself constantly texting Kevin or Michael independently to discuss the latest breakthroughs in technology and how that will integrate into our home, and what plans that do they have, or ideas or directions in which that product will be integrated. The fun thing is that as this process has become more software driven, new features do present themselves, and it's a very fast growing space, and it's very fun to participate in.